I'm Tony Sale,
I'm Derek Lester.
and our band's called Blind Peace. We're straight ahead rock and roll, from the ground roots up, with a touch of dirty blues.
From South Central Kentucky, right on the Kentucky-Tennessee line, and all that kind of shows in our music, the area we grew up in. So it's just all down to earth music, just straight ahead.
Hard hitting rock. Well, the very beginning of Blind Peace, it all culminated from my wife had developed cancer, and we were looking for a way to give back and try to help some of those people that were less fortunate, and in some way that we could just do something. So her idea was, I was a musician my whole life. So she decided, with of course my input as well, but the best way that we could do that is through music. So she actually named the band Blind Peace, and it was sort of her way of, she was looking for peace, So that's how the band started. So we started out as a project and to try to raise money and awareness for cancer research, and try to give back and try to help people. So that's how Blind Peace started. So whenever it did start, my initial thought was I have to have the highest quality musicians that I can possibly find in order to do what I want to do. And a great friend of mine who's a musician introduced me to Derek Lester. And when Derek came on board, that's when Blind Peace started to really culminate into what it is today. So now, we don't put aside any of what we started. We still try to do all that stuff and raise awareness. But we're also, now we're putting out more music. And we're doing it for other reasons as well, but we just want everybody to have a really good time and hear the music and relate to it the best that they can. Once I was introduced to Derek, we started out with our very first show was definitely a benefit for raising money for research. We did actually have that videoed and recorded, multi-tracked, and we have some footage of that we can show you. And probably had about 500 people, probably something like
about
that.
500 people.
It was a great turnout, good cause, and the music went over great, and that was what really gave us our first go with this.
Well, three of the four members, Tony, our drummer, Mike Stevens, and myself, we've all been playing for a long time. So there's a lot of experience between us. We've probably got at least 30 years experience each. So we're kind of the old guys.
Yeah.
We have a guitarist who's he's 21, and he's still in the learning stages as far as getting the experience goes. But Blind Peace has been fortunate. We've got to play a lot of really cool venues, met a lot of really cool people, mostly through benefits and so on. We've got to play Nashville, we've got to play Louisville, we've got to play over in West Virginia. We got to play a lot of different places. So there's a lot of experience between us. Tony toured professionally out of the Nashville area. I lived down here in the Nashville area back in the 90s and toured professionally, semi-professionally down in here. So there's quite a bit of experience.
Tons. And it shows when we play, too. I think that's the key. When we play, we have fun. So it's easier to project the fun to the audience. As far as our favorite style of place to play, I think honestly we fit best in a show environment rather than just a club. But because we come out and we pound you out an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours solid straight rock and roll, and we're really great with opening acts. We can headline as well, but I think our best venues are those smaller theaters, things like that, where people go to see a show. My best way to try to describe the type of music we are is it's straight ahead rock and roll with a touch of dirty blues. And when I say that, I'm an ACDC fanatic. I love ACDC. That's the kind of rock and roll I grew up on. Now, I'm not saying we sound like ACDC, but it's definitely an influence in our music. I love B.B. King. We don't sound like B.B. King. It's definitely an influence in our music.
Right.
We have some touches every now and then. You might hear a little Leonard Skinner twist in there. You might, hear some old Mountain, Blackfoot kind of things in there. But that's the best way I know to describe that. There's even some Metallica might stick its head out here and there, but it's just kind of all that rolled into one big ball of just rock and roll right in your face.
Yeah, I think it comes from, again, where we kind of grew up, being in southern South Central Kentucky, because you can hear an influence of even Southern gospel, because we grew up on that. There's the old outlaw country influence that you can hear, and we don't sound like old outlaw country, as Tony was saying with other stuff, but you can hear the influence. I mean, so we've kind of taken 30 years worth of playing and a lifetime worth of listening to music, because we both grew up in musical families. And I think that's probably what our music does, that I'm really proud of. It kind of speaks to everybody. I mean, I think everybody kind of can kind of relate to it. Yeah. And so, I mean, we've got a wide range of influence, and I think it shows through in the songs.
Right now, you can find us on Facebook at Blind Peace Rocks, Blind Peace on Reverb Nation. We're on the Twitter. They're on the.
We got a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel with Blind Peace. So there's some ways you can check us out, and if I left anything out, there's links to everything on all those.
Yeah, right.
You can check out our single that's out right now called Rebel Sun. You can find that on FM Global Radio Network.
Yeah, right.
You can also get that off iTunes. You can check it out on YouTube to get you a sample of it. But Rebel Sun is the song that we're pushing today.
Right. We got some stuff coming up. We've got 2 or 3 songs that we're just shy of 2 or 3 songs to get ready to go into the studio, and hopefully we're going to be doing that soon. We're just trying to get all the details worked out on that. So hopefully we're going to have at least an EP coming out of Blind Peace EP.
Yeah, in the next 6 months, I would imagine.
That's what we're shooting for. We'd love for folks to come out and check us at a live show, and because that's kind of where the fun's at. So come out and check us out. Check it out. All the music that we've got. We got a few tunes up. Check it out and see what you think about it.